I'm 100 years old. 100, and I just realized something that will haunt me forever. I missed living my life. All those days, all those moments, gone. If you're listening, don't make the same mistake. My hands shake a little when I count it out, finger by finger, year by year. 100. And yet, somehow, it feels like I never really lived. I missed it. I can say it plain, simple, like that. I missed living my life, and it's a heavy thing to admit, because I don't know where the time went. I thought I had more, always more. More time, more chances, more days to do the things I wanted, the things that mattered. But time doesn't wait. It just keeps going, and one day, it's gone. I wasn't a reckless man. I was careful. I made choices that seemed sensible at the time. I got a job, a steady one, the kind that people respected. I worked long hours, most of them standing on my feet, my back aching, my eyes tired. I wanted to provide. I wanted to make a mark. I don't know. I thought I was being responsible. But in chasing what I thought I should want, I forgot what I really wanted. I forgot that life isn't something you secure in a bank or a title or a house. Life is the messy, fleeting stuff you actually touch and taste and feel, and I barely did. I met my wife when I was 23. She was bright and full of laughter, and I was full of nerves, full of careful thought. She wanted to travel. She wanted adventure, music, late nights talking about nothing and everything. I offered her a life of stability instead. We married. I brought home a paycheck every Friday, and I thought that would be enough. For years, it was. And yet, I see now, it wasn't. I see now that in trying to be responsible, I built walls instead of memories. I made rooms full of furniture and photos, but the pictures never captured the warmth of a conversation that lingered, the smell of a fire on a winter evening, the silly little arguments over nothing that make a life rich. I wanted to give her security, but I didn't give her me. Kids, smart and kind, but I was always busy. There were meetings, deadlines, repairs, improvements. I thought keeping them provided for was love. But love is showing up. Love is presence. And I was often not present. I remember my daughter asking me to watch her recital when she was 10. I was on a business trip. I remember my son asking me to teach him to ride a bike. I said, "Later, son, later." Later never came. And those moments, the ones that matter, slipped through my fingers while I made sure the roof didn't leak and the savings account grew. I didn't see it at the time. Regret has a way of sneaking in quietly, like a fog you don't notice until the morning comes and you're cold. I remember one afternoon, sitting alone in the kitchen, realizing my wife was laughing at something I didn't hear. And for the first time, I noticed I hadn't really listened to her in years. Not fully. I was always half in the room, half in my thoughts, planning the next day, the next project, the next worry. And she was there, right in front of me, offering life. And I missed it. I tried to make up for it sometimes. Small things. A weekend trip here and there, a few dinners out. But small things can't fix a lifetime of absence. And as the years went on, it wasn't just my wife who I missed being with. It was everyone. Friends drifted away. Invitations went unanswered. I was always tired, or busy, or thinking of the next step. By the time I realized I should have been present, it was too late. Some people were gone. Some moments were gone. Some words, some hugs, some shared laughter, gone. And I couldn't get them back. I remember when my wife passed. She was 68, and I was late. I didn't see the signs, didn't slow down, didn't hold her hand when she needed it most. The day she died, I was at the office. I got the call. I hung up the phone, my hands shaking, and I thought, all these years, all these efforts, and I couldn't even be there at the end. I ran home. I sat beside her in the hospital, holding her hand, and it was too late. I could not bring back her smile, her stories, the warmth of her eyes. I could not reclaim the years I let slip by, thinking there would always be more. And I think about that every day, even now, even at 100. The slow cost of my choices wasn't dramatic. It wasn't a sudden loss. It was the quiet accumulation of later, tomorrow, next week. I remember the evenings when my children wanted to talk about school, about dreams, about heartbreaks, and I said, "Not now. I'm busy." And then years later, I tried to ask again, and they were grown. They had their own lives, their own responsibilities, their own distance. And I had built nothing but walls around myself. I kept thinking I was preparing a life for them, but I was only preparing emptiness. There were moments I can recall, brief flashes, that remind me of what I missed. A friend's laughter at a bar I never went to. A sunset I didn't pause to watch. A letter never written. A hand I should have held. And when I try to hold on to these memories now, they slip like water through my fingers. I remember the scent of rain on asphalt in my 20s, the warmth of a fire in a cabin I rented once, the feeling of sand between my toes on a beach vacation I almost skipped. I can recall them, but I can't live them again. Not ever. I think about ambition a lot. I was ambitious. I wanted success. I wanted to be respected, to be admired, to be secure. And I got it. I worked hard. I got the titles. I got the savings, the house, the car, the routine that people envied. And yet, success without presence, without living, is hollow. I could see it clearly when my grandchildren came to visit. They laughed, they played, they shouted, they fell and scraped their knees and got back up again. And I watched, sitting in my chair, wondering why I didn't feel the joy the way I thought I would. I realized then that I had missed the part of life where joy comes from simply being there, from simply being present with others. The turning point came quietly. Not with fireworks, not with a grand revelation. It was a cough, a slow decline, a reminder that I would not have forever. I had survived most things, wars, illnesses, accidents, disappointments. But age has a way of sneaking up, of stripping away the illusions you carry. I lost mobility, then energy, then the ability to drive, to walk without help, to reach for things I once thought trivial. And with each loss, the stark truth settled in. I had postponed living for a lifetime, and now living was harder than I ever imagined. It was too late to chase what I had delayed. There are regrets that can't be fixed. I can't go back to hold my wife's hand as she whispered goodbye. I can't rewind the years to listen fully to my children's questions. I can't reclaim the friendships I let fade. I can't capture the laughter I didn't join in. The days are gone. The moments are gone. I wish I had. I wish I had stopped thinking that life was something you save for later. I wish I had let myself laugh, let myself cry, let myself feel the unplanned joys and the quiet sorrows instead of scheduling them away. I wish I had lived, really lived, not just existed. Now, at 100, I sit here mostly alone. Friends gone, wife gone, children far away, though they call sometimes. I am grateful, in my way, for what remains: the chance to remember, the chance to confess, the chance to breathe. But I am also painfully aware of what I cannot regain. Time, once spent, is irretrievable. Life, once postponed, is gone. I carry it all with me. The small regrets, the big regrets, the moments I could have loved harder, laughed louder, listened better. They weigh, but they also remind me that I did live, if only in memory and if only in confession. I don't know if I have wisdom. I don't know if I have lessons to teach. I only know truth. I only know the quiet, heartbreaking truth of a life that drifted too often, that postponed joy for duty, that assumed there would always be more. I only know that I missed it. And maybe by saying it aloud, I can give someone else a chance to notice, to pause, to live before it's gone. I think about death sometimes, not with fear, but with the slow, sinking acknowledgement that it's coming. And when it does, I'll take it as it comes. I've had a long life, longer than most. But I'll take it with sadness too, because so much of life I let slip through my fingers. And yet, even now, even here, I am grateful for the small, quiet things I did not entirely miss. A dog I loved, a garden I tended, a letter written to a friend long gone, a hand held in fleeting warmth. They remind me that life, even when missed, can still be felt, even if only a little. So, if you hear me, if these words reach you, please, look around you. Don't wait for the right time. Don't assume there will always be more days. Listen, really listen. Touch, really touch. Love, really love. Laugh, really laugh. Cry, really cry. Don't wait for life to feel urgent. Life is urgent, and it is fragile. And it passes. No matter how careful you are, no matter how much you plan, no matter how old you live to be. I missed living my life, and I will carry that truth to the end. But perhaps, by saying it, by confessing it, by letting it echo somewhere, someone else might feel it, might see it, might live it differently. That's all I have left to offer. The quiet, heavy, honest truth. I missed my life. But maybe you don't have to. And now I just sit, breathe, and remember. The silence is deep, but it's mine. The clock ticks, the light fades, the world keeps moving. And I am here. And I am 100 years old.